Alongside the humble ant, bees and wasps form one of the most plentiful groups of animals on Earth. The honeybee and common wasp are a familiar sight on a summer's day, and humans have become reliant on them for predation of pests, pollination, and honey production. Honeybees were first domesticated by the ancient Egyptians more than 4,500 years ago. This taste for honey hasn't waned, and the art of beekeeping, known as apiculture, is still practiced the world over. Wild honeybees live in colonies, which can be made up of more than 50,000 worker bees and just one fertile queen. The queen can live up to 2 years, unlike the workers who only survive for about 1 month. Honeybee, Apis mellifera. Bees land on flowers to collect nectar, which is used to make honey, and pollen, which is used to feed the bee larvae. When they land on each flower, pollen sticks to their legs. It is stored in pollen baskets on their hind legs. The bee is widely seen as the gardener's friend because of its role in pollination, though the wasp's role shouldn't be forgotten. As a predator, it acts as an efficient pest control agent. Almost every pest insect has a species of wasp that preys on it. Invertebrates. There are 160,000 species of wasps and 20,000 species of bees. Both bees and wasps possess 2 pairs of wings and large compound eyes. Most species live in colonies, though some live a solitary life. Wasps are generally predatory and hairless, whereas bees have hair and feed on pollen and nectar. Fact file: honeybees' nests. 271. Length 1 5/8 inches or 40 millimeters, plus 1 1/4 inches or 30 millimeters. Ovipositor. Location: Northern Hemisphere. Location: Northern. The giant ichneumon is a parasitic wasp. The female hunts down giant horntail wasp grubs by sensing the vibrations they make when chewing through wood. Using her long ovipositor, she drills through the wood and lays her eggs on the grubs. Her babies will grow, slowly eating their grub host. Giant ichneumon wasp, Rissa persuasoria. Length 1 2/3 inches or 40 millimeters, plus 2/3 of an inch or 17 millimeters. Ovipositor. Location: Europe. The name and appearance of the giant horntail conjures up a fearsome vision, though it is quite harmless. The sting-like projection seen on a female is known as an ovipositor. It is actually part of her reproductive organ and is used to bore into trees so she can lay her eggs. The grubs that hatch will feed on the wood. Giant horntail wasp, Uroceras gigas, with a length of 1/2 to 7/8 of an inch, is typically found in Europe. The buff-tailed bumblebee is usually the first bumblebee to emerge after winter. The young fertilized queens have thick fur to protect them during the cold months. They nest below ground. Buff-tailed bumblebee, Bombus terrestris, with a length of 1 2/3 to 2 inches, is commonly found in the US and Mexico. The tarantula hawk wasp is one of the biggest wasps in the world. It gets its name from its ability to hunt down large tarantula spiders and paralyze them with a powerful venom. It uses the spiders as food for its grubs. The tarantula hawk wasp possesses a 1/3 inch or 7 millimeter long sting to inject its venom, which is the most painful sting of any insect. Tarantula hawk wasp, Pepsis formosa. Length 3/4 to 1 3/8 inches or 20 to 23 millimeters. Location: Europe. These woodworking bees use their powerful jaws to bore tunnels in wood to make their nests. They don't eat the wood, they discard it or use it to create partitions. The male bees aggressively guard the nest, buzzing loudly and dive-bombing anything that comes near, but it's all for show. They don't pose any real threat as the males cannot sting. The females can sting but aren't aggressive. Potter wasp, Eumenes fraternus. Length 1/2 to 5/8 inches or 13 to 18 millimeters. Location: North America. This crafty little wasp gets its name from the pot-shaped nests it builds out of mud and water. Inside, it lays a single egg and packs it full of food, usually paralyzed caterpillars. Adult potter wasps are solitary and feed on nectar. Carpenter bee, Xylocopa violacea. Length 3/4 to 1 3/8 inches or 20 to 35 millimeters. Location: Europe, Asia, and North America. The hornet is a social wasp and lives in a colony, normally upward of 500 insects. The hornet shoulders a bad reputation because of its imposing look and aggressive-sounding buzz. In truth, it rarely stings unless seriously provoked. Hornet, Vespa crabro.